Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a victorious Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic and Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need a piece, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and Bocock Brothers, premium cigars. What do y'all think? Change the hat this morning. I got Old Faithful right here. I was out on the back patio doing whiskey and wine last night. Wore that hat. Thought it might smell a little bit like a cigar, so I figured put on a clean hat this morning while I did morning Scone. Anyway, what's up, y'all? How about it? LSU beats Clemson 17-10. Tigers snapped their streak of 5 straight openers lost, and they did it against the toughest opponent that they faced in any of those 5 openers so far. Not only the toughest opponent, but true road game. What a night. What an incredible win that was. Vibes were not great at halftime. I kind of want to go through and out some people on Twitter for their halftime comments. Which is always fun. Receipts, brother. Twitter keeps receipts, man. Y'all be careful firing off tweets. Did whiskey and wine last night. Got you a Locked on LSU recorded last night as well. So it was a late night for you, boy. But a great day. And, talking about LSU beating Clemson was awesome. Let me know your takeaways from the game. Obviously, you have to start with the defense. You held Clemson at 10 points. I mean, you put them in a chokehold. They put together one drive. I mean, they had one drive the whole game. Their touchdown drive in the second quarter, that was they converted. That's when they converted the 3rd and 5 with a 26-yarder. They converted a third. I'm sorry. They on 3rd and 3 ran, got 1 yard, went for it on 4th and 2, got the 21-yard reception. You got a sack on first down on 1st and goal from the 4. That was Harold Perkins. Got the sack on 1st and goal from the 4. That was a play where Klubnik threw it away, but then they ruled his knee was down. And so then they're back at the 14. Incomplete pass. They throw it over the middle down the 13-yard line, or 13 yards to the 1 yard line. It's 4th and goal from the 1. They go for it and get it. That was their only scoring drive that they put together. And it was by the hardest. I mean, they had to convert a 3rd and 5, a 4th and 2, and a 4th and goal from the 1. Okay. Little baby bum cat. Here you go. Right, go on your playmat, please. Here, go on your playmat. Okay. That was their touchdown drive. Hey, playmat, please. No, please go on your playmat. Drew. Go this way. All right, please go on your playmat. Okay, good job. Okay. 13 plays, 75 yards, 6:17 off the clock. I mean, that was their lone touchdown drive in the entire game. So the defense was awesome. I mean, so many great individual performances. Harold Perkins was outstanding. He tied for the team leading tackles with 5. An unusually light stat day for Whit Weeks, just 2 tackles in the game. It felt like 40 was all over the field. But Perkins, 5 tackles, a sack, a TFL. I need to find his pressures as well, but he was awesome. So, I thought the first play of the game, Patrick Payton deflects a pass on Monster Delane's interception. Payton had the pressure that forced him to sail the ball that Delane intercepted. Obviously, Monster Delane was awesome in the game last night. The interception, he came up with 2 pass breakups, including the coverage on the final play of the game. I mean, I think someone asked me yesterday, or whenever we found out Halsey was going to be suspended, someone here on Morning Scone asked me if I thought they'd play Monster Delane at safety. No. I said flatly then, like, he is your best corner, and he is going to play corner. And obviously, a lot of people asked on Whiskey and Wine about Ashton Stamps. I did ask last night, and he was 3rd on the depth chart. So I don't know if that was, I don't know. I don't know if it was injury, discipline, or what, but PJ Woodland took his spot and played really well. Woodland had 5 tackles, a sack, a TFL. He had the sack on the first defensive possession. You forced a 3 and out, and Woodland came on the corner blitz and had the sack. I'd say you got to clean up the penalties. That was the first half. The penalties. After Clemson punted on the opening possession, you had a holding on the punt, which cost you 10 yards. You had a false on your 3rd possession. You had a false start by Tradez. Thankfully, on the next play, they got flagged for PI against Tradez, who, by the way, was also awesome. He drew 2 PIs and caught a touchdown. I mean, it shows it's you don't have a good option defending Tradez, man. You're either going to grab a hold of him and affect him physically, or he's going to beat you. I mean, it's kind of the hack-a-shack approach. Good morning. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi to Dad's show? Hey, watch your toes. I want to roll over your toes. Watch your toes.
Dad, say
it. All right. What do we say?
Hi, Dad.
Good job. Okay. I love you. Hey, who did you watch play football yesterday? Who played football yesterday?
Oh, Tigers.
LSU Tigers. Yep. Okay. Okay, stand up. All right. Okay. Drew's ready. Okay, y'all. How about Damian Ramos banging through a 52-yard field goal? I mentioned Perkins with the sack at the 4. Man, the 3rd and 9 play when Barry and Brown caught the 14-yarder was so massive. That was right before half. I thought that was so significant because, they're up 10-3. You get the ball back. If they scored to go up 10-3, you get the ball back with 4.5 to play. Tyree Adams gets hurt on that drive, and you could not afford to go 3 and out and give them the ball right back, because then they would have the opportunity to go back-to-back into the first half, start of the second half. And you put together a long drive. Now, ended up with that end of the half scenario, which we could talk about, but you're facing a 3rd and 9, Barry and Brown for 14 yards, got the first down, thankfully, and then you were able to convert 2 more first downs before you stalled out in the red zone again, which we've talked plenty about. But again, a lot of people seem to have a problem with the screen call at the end of the first half. I have no problem running the screen. What I have a problem with is going for it. In that moment, I would have taken the points. It was a 10-3 ball game. They're getting the ball to start the second half. I understand you kick a field goal there, you still need a touchdown. You anticipate this was going to be a close game. When you have an opportunity to get points, you get it. And we saw LSU the last 2 seasons have opportunities at the start of the game to get points in the first half, pass on it, and stall out in the red zone. And it's just deja vu. So that sequence itself, I had no problem with, because you're coming out of a timeout, and in that timeout, you've planned the entire sequence. So you're going to run the screen to Hilton. Remember, if only 2 things are going to happen. He's not going to get the first down and the ball turns over on downs, or he gets the first down and the clock stops to move the chains. Also, you threw a ball to the sideline. So in theory, he could get the first down, get out of bounds. And so the clock's either going to stop moving the chains or the clock's going to stop because he goes out of bounds. Like one of those two things would happen. So and on the sideline, no doubt coming out of the timeout, you've called the next play. So in the event that Hilton gets the first down, stops the clock to move the chains, you have the next play called and you know you're going to the end zone. So it's like, Garrett, this is either you got to get rid of it quickly. It's either an incomplete pass or it's a touchdown. Like you cannot take a sack. You cannot run. There is no other option. You are throwing the ball either for a touchdown or there's an incomplete pass and we send the field goal unit out and kick the field goal. Like that's the options. And you just didn't convert the first down. So I have no problem with the play call and all this. I just had a problem with going for it. I think you take the points there. But the next game, my coach will be my first. All right. What a day. Just awesome. Love the commitment to the running game. Interesting that Tyree Adams, when he got hurt, DJ Chester went in for him. The Barian Brown review is one of the biggest pieces of highway robbery I've ever seen. Probably right along there with Nolan No Call. What a day. What a game. All right, let's see what y'all got. Fire away, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. So glad to have y'all here. And thanks for hanging out this morning. Thanks for all of you who hung out last night on Whiskey and Wine. I know it's different without T-Bob. Some people may like that. It's all different strokes, right? Different strokes for different folks. Some people like that. Some people miss T-Bob. I get it. But I enjoyed kind of just hanging out with everybody last night on my back patio, smoking a cigar, having a whiskey, and celebrating the win. So thanks to everybody who hung out there as well. All right. Hey, Joe, good morning. Brandon, good morning. Brett, defense is fast. Yes, they are, man. Now we kind of understand why the offense struggled at times in fall camp against them. We are who we thought we are, Scone. Camp practice showed us this. I think especially defensively, man. And I think for anyone who comes out of the game discouraged with the offense, please understand, like, that is a good team that you beat. And it's a good team you beat. And you went on the road and you put up 356 yards of offense. You threw for 246. Nuss really found his rhythm in the second half. You ran for 110. I told you, like, didn't I say all last week? Open up the box score Saturday night, Sunday morning. Look at the rushing stat. That's going to tell you the game. LSU, 29 rushes for 110 yards. Clemson, 19 rushes for 32 yards. I mean, and even still, remember the sack yardage is factored in there as well. But so really, you ran it for about 120. That'll play. Your rushing offense was plenty good enough last night, and they got really creative in the way they used it, like we anticipated. You saw Xavier Thomas out of the backfield. You saw Juwan Johnson out of the backfield. We got to see Harlan Berry and Caleb Jackson each get a carry. I expect to see much more of those guys this week with Louisiana Tech coming in and take some of that workload off of Caden Durham. But how good did Caden Durham look? Low to the ground, running hard. First play of the game, he's running left. Looks like he's stacked up. And then he breaks a tackle, cuts back, and runs for 24 yards around the right side. Just awesome. Sourdough, man, what's going on? DBU is back. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Don, it's a great morning. Blaze, good morning. Christian, week 1 college football is not disappointed. Love that every school LC coach or played at one yesterday. By the way, how about a hat tip to Lee Corso? I'll remind you. So they made a big deal of the headgear pick. So Corso picked Ohio State to win. He was right. Corso was the only one that picked Florida State to beat Alabama, and he was right. And Corso was the only one who picked LSU to beat Clemson, and he was right. Sorry, I was supposed to do an interview with Crane and Company this morning at 8:20, and I totally missed my alarm. I went to bed after 2, and I had set an alarm to get up to do Crane and Company at 8:20, and I just turned off the alarm. And I was like, why did I set my alarm? That was Jake asked me middle of the week, and I just totally forgot. That's what I'm texting him right now. I'm gonna go in there this week. Bubba, Aaron, Christian, what's up, man? Good morning. You do love to see it. Senor Sway, it is a great morning. Hunter Eiler's defense looked good. They looked awesome, man. Hey, John, Drew's great, man. Thank you so much. Chef, Nola P. So what do y'all think? Look, I get it. I was watching the Bama reaction, laughing my butt off. Ha. Yeah, I did a reaction video, a live video as soon as the Bama Florida State game ended. So if you care to check that out, I will warn you that has some NSFW language in it. So as you might imagine, but that was a lot of fun. Chef, what's up, man? Jalen, Ben, good morning. Play column was awesome. Open and run changes everything. It was interesting to me to hear the people. Dad go to church and then later we'll go to the mall. Okay.
Daddy show today.
What, baby?
Daddy show today.
Daddy show today? Yes.
Please.
I don't quite understand the people who were complaining about Sloan. I thought he was in his bag last night. I thought there was so much creativity, and I'm not just talking about like the reverse pass that they ran. I mean, formations, the personnel changes. I thought, people were wondering where were the receivers in the first half. Great adjustment to the quick passing game in the second half. All the underneath stuff to Aaron Anderson, where they really got him going on those shallow crosses in the middle. I mean, there was another play where LSU had a false start where I think it was when Chris Hilton false started, where Anderson was on the left side. He's dragging across the middle. They hit him. He turns up. And I'm telling you, if you go back and watch, they had all the motion going left. Anderson coming to the right. He catches the ball, and he would have had one guy to beat. And I like Aaron Anderson in space in that match. Like, he might have scored on that play. It was the drive where they ultimately did score to take the lead on Trey Dez's touchdown. But they were the Clemson 48. Hilton false started to make it 1st and 15. But I'm telling you, Anderson might have scored. I mean, how about 3 consecutive plays running that screen to Juwan Johnson? Because they kept showing you the same defensive look and they just kept taking it. I mean, great job by Nuss to check into that. How about the quad formation to one side and putting Trey Dez on the other to force all of the defensive backs to one side and have Trey Dez solo on the other? Like, what are your 2 options there? You either mug him and get a flag, or he catches a touchdown. And he drew 2 PIs earlier, and that time in the end zone, they didn't drag him down and he caught a touchdown, because who's going to deal with that? I mean, it's like watching elementary basketball, or like watching high school basketball, where you have one dude that's 6'7" and the other team center is 6'1". Like, how do you think that's going to go? I mean, that's what it is. Alex, Nuss in the defense looks great. Yeah, let's not undersell and underappreciate Nuss here. What did we want to see? Avoid the critical mistake and take what the defense gives you when it's there. Well, he had 2 quarterback sneaks for first downs. He called his own number around right end. Well, that was a design play, but around right end where they ran for 10 yards, dove for the sticks, didn't try to do too much. Did not put the ball really in harm's way at any point. I don't think there was ever a point in that game where I thought, like, oh, that was a bad throw. That was a bad decision. Experience will do it, man. Hey, Brett, good morning. Ready to see you ride on the white horse with a flaming spear. I need a white horse. I mean, I put out the call yesterday. I'm serious. Like, I've had people tell me they can help me with a horse, but not a white horse. So I told y'all, man, man of my word, Florida State beat Alabama. Alabama's burn is going to include me riding a white horse dressed up like Chief Osceola with a flaming spear. So I need a white horse. Wait, hang on. Let's start. Drew. All right. So anybody's got a white horse? I mean, I'm dead serious. Like I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I need someone who knows someone who has a white horse that can help me out with this. Now I don't know how I'm gonna get a Chief Osceola costume. Maybe I'll go to the Halloween store, see if they got Indian costumes. I don't know. Is the Halloween store, the party store even open? I mean, I want to watch football today, but I gotta make good on this thing. Hey Marty, good morning. Ryan, good morning. PJ Woodland sack on Clemson's first drive set the tone for the entire game. I mean, here was Clemson's drives. 3 and out. Well, 3 and out, but that was after the fumble. So 42-yard field goal, but 3 and out. Punt. Touchdown. Missed field goal. Interception. 3 and out. Failed to convert on turnover on downs. 3 and out. Turnover on downs. Like, LSU fans a little more pep in their step this morning. Good morning, Matt and Drew. Yeah, they do. It's nice to wake up 1-0. It is nice to wake up 1-0. Benjamin Rando, Matt, touch on the 3-spot pass plays in a row. The defense gave too much cushion, genius play calls. We talked about it just a second ago, but I loved it. I mean, they were given cushion and came out in the same look. And so LSU came out in the same formation. And if they were going to keep giving it to you, it's one of the things that we talked about. Like, the Juwan Johnson thing isn't just a wrinkle. Like, he is going to be a part of the offense. I mean, I've had someone on staff tell me they think he will finish as the second leading rusher on this team behind Caden Durham. And it's hard to argue against that based on what you saw last night. Like, they are going to get him involved. Juwan Johnson in this game finished with, he had 3 carries for 8 yards and 5 receptions for 31 yards. Now, one of my predictions was that Harlem Berry would have more receptions than rushing attempts. I thought some of those receptions Juwan Johnson got would have gone to Harlem Berry, but they went to Juwan. Either way, both guys are capable of that role. It was Juwan's night yesterday. Hey, Jaleel. Morning, Matt. LSU Florida game is going to be huge in 2 weeks. It'll be my first game in Death Valley. Yes, it is the gold game. We'll see the roughly 60% of LSU fans that can fly. I just Bama too. Jason Ramazan, what up, Mr. Fun? 1-0. Yes, I need Darren G. If you have a white horse, please let me know. I need to borrow a white horse. Like, I need someone who, and I don't know how about riding a horse. I need some help with this. All of our Porter players brawling out is that rare. You got to keep in mind, man, like, the LSU's portal class last year, right? Like, dang it. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, like, the difference is, I just need to get the list. Like, the difference is when you go in the portal and you sign the best players in the portal, as opposed to, like, going and shopping off the discount rack. You know, like, are you going to Saks Fifth Avenue or are you going to Erica? What's that clothes shop you go to where they got all the out of season stuff discounted? TJ Maxx. You can find some good stuff at TJ Maxx. You can. But, you're digging through a lot of different shelves and racks. And, is it the right size? Does it fit right? Is there a little button missing or something? You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. LSU went to Saks Fifth Avenue, whereas in the past, in the poor living, shopping at TJ Maxx. You can find some good stuff at TJ Maxx. I mean, you got Mekhi Gardner and Jarpreneur Converse the first year. Great. You hit, And the next year you went and you got Denver Harris and who's a little short, chunky cornerback from Syracuse, Deuce Chestnut. This year, you went and got Mansour Delane. Nola P, love this team. Hope the offense get it together. I don't know what you're talking about, the offense get it together. Like, I really don't. I mean, first game of the season, 5 new offensive linemen. A lot of new. You went on the road in that environment, which was bonkers, and put up 350 yards of offense, which I'm not telling you that's setting records, but you put up 350. They're a very veteran team with 120 combined starts on their offensive line, and a fifth-year senior quarterback in his third year starting, and their top 3 receivers back put up 230 yards of offense. Like, what are you talking about? The offense get together. The offense was like, some games it's hard. Some you play teams that are better than other teams. Like, that was a really good, talented, deep veteran team you played in their building in game 1. And you outgained them by over 100 yards. And you got screwed out of a touchdown. Like, you gave them 3 points. You passed on an opportunity for a field goal at the end of the first half, and you got robbed of a touchdown. I mean, that's a 13-point swing right there. Like, this game could have been 27. This could have been 27-7. Anyway, I think BK won himself a good bit of slack in that noose part of the metaphor. What say you? I don't think there was any pressure on Brian Kelly. Like, no more than he puts on himself or that you have that's inherent with the job. Like, fans complain because fans complain about everything. But yes, that was a significant win, and a lot of the complainers are not very vocal today. Hey, Devin, what up? Great day to be a Tiger. LSU's 1-0. Arch sucks. Bama sucks. Corso picked LSU win the Natty. Good day. I'm not going to say Arch sucks. I just think, what did you expect? I mean, go back to the whole LSU. Like, what did you expect? Here's a guy making his first. I know we started against like ULM and Mississippi State or something like that, but like on the road, 100,000 people, defending national champ, super talented Ohio State team, 4 new offensive linemen. Like, what'd you expect? I mean, that's exactly what I expect. Huh? No. I was giving them an analogy about the transfer portal. They're like, oh, did you expect all of our transfers to be good? I was like, well, when you go shop at Saks Fifth Avenue, it's different than when you shop at TJ Maxx. Like, you expect quality when you go to Saks Fifth Avenue. You go to TJ Maxx, you might have something that's missing a button. It may not fit properly. Yeah, maybe. Kind of have to dig through the racks to find some. You have to dig through the racks and see if you can find your size, and you never really know what you're going to get, but you could hit. Yeah. Got it. Morning, Matt. Saw Wes Weeks tied lead for team in tackles. Who was? Wes Weeks, PJ Woodland, and Harold Perkins all had 5. Carl the Cat, sun is shining brighter today. What a defense by Baker. I mean, isn't it interesting how he's following the same model he did at Missouri? Took over a defense that was in the triple digits, made about 50% better, got in like the top 60, top 50, and then was, top 20, top 10 and everything in his second year. And following a similar path, man. Hey, Cody. And take that right up your donkey. I love it. All right, Thomas, good morning. It's coming, Dale. Get ready. Changing the narrative. Todd, tackling compared to last year was better. Make defense great again. How appropriate to make defense great again. Kelly, what's up? Daniel Blunt, Cade Who? Darren, Bama's burning. LSU's the real Death Valley. Having a great day. How about you? Yes, sir. Chris, good morning. Great game. Why does he always receive the ball? We didn't win the coin toss. Clemson won the toss and deferred because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to defer. So you get the extra possession in the second half, which, by the way, Clemson clearly needed. They ended up with the ball, putting together a drive to try to go tie the game. Like that's why you defer in the first half. So you have the extra possession in the second half, and you have the opportunity to go back to back at the end of the first half, which is why also Varian Brown converting the 3rd and 9 on the last possession of the first half, regardless of how the drive ended, was so significant because if he didn't, you were going to give them the ball back with about 2.5 minutes left, timeout and the 2-minute timeout, with them leading 10-3 and a chance maybe to go get more points before half and get the ball to start the second half. But in the end, you outgained them in the first half 177-110. You outrushed them in the first half 65-19, and you had 11 first downs in the first half to their 6. You flat outplayed them, but you were losing 10-3 because of your own boneheaded mistakes. They cleaned it up in the second half and won the game, which was awesome. Ha. Hey, Brent, can't wait for tomorrow's Bama's Burning segment. I got to find a white horse, man. Somebody's got to help me find a white horse. Defense is, dare I say, 2011-like, dominant second half effort. They will get better.
Go this way.
I mean, with go this way. Yeah, the interesting thing about 2011 is that defense was probably a year early. Tyron was a sophomore. Eric Reed was a sophomore. Benny Logan was a sophomore. Kevin Minter was a sophomore. Mingo Montgomery were sophomores. The 2011 defense was early. 2012 was when all those guys came back. Now, you didn't have Tyron, obviously, but Harold Simon was a sophomore. 12 was the one that should have been. 12 is the one, for as disappointing as how 11 ended is, and it is. The TJ Yeldon play is the one that really was the pivotal changing moment in the program, because if you beat Alabama in that game, you're going to play for the national championship against Notre Dame, and you're going to beat them, and then it's all the redemption from 2011. And the whole narrative changes. But instead, the losing streak to Bama just perpetuated, and they went back to back and all that sort of stuff. Not that we needed that little trip down memory lane. Blown coverage. Let's see, 2 things I'm looking forward to. Yes. Jonica, good morning. Anyone else notice there was a Gotro official? Did. Yes. And his crew was awful last night. Tim Gotro, good morning. Corso predicting LSU natty, Otterlock, or kiss of death. I mean, Corso was pretty charmed yesterday. I mean, he picked Florida State and LSU when no one else did. And he was right. Alex, did you really pick against LSU on stat picks? I did. Yeah, there was, of our 9, and on the graphic, there were, and I've told you all summer that I was picking Clemson to win the game. On the graphic, they only included me, Hunt, Hester, and Flynn. But we had 9 staff picks that came in, and it was like 5-4. It was really pretty evenly split. But yeah, I mean, it was a really close game. Daniel, Dabo felt bad this morning. He called his mama to make him waffle. Amberly Scott, 1-0. Keep going. Okay, come see.
Please.
Let me make sure you're done. Yep, we're done.
Let it go, please.
Okay. Come see. Wait.
What is it?
It's blue.
Backpack.
Oh, it's a backpack. Okay.
Backpack.
Oh, it's a backpack blower. Okay. All right. Please smash the like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. 726 people watching live. Heck yeah, y'all. As always, reminder about Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Remember, after hours clinic, nights and weekends. The free Friday night clinic is available as well over at Brock. Oh, I forgot to turn these on. Ashton, Chris Hilton went missing last night. You know what, though, Ashton? Like, some days it's just going to be, in this offense, it's going to be some guys' days. Like, last night, the adjustment LSU made was the shallow cross, the short pass game, and Aaron Anderson ate. I mean, it was his day. There's going to be days where it's Chris Hilton's day. It just wasn't his day yesterday. That's okay. Good morning, you and the family, Matt. Said in the spring I would start Woodland versus Clemson week 1 over Stamps. My prediction was correct. Yeah, I don't know that was. So first of all, I want to find out what happened. Like, that's not merit-based. Ashton Stamps is a better player than PJ Woodland today. I want to find out what happened with Stamps. So that, again, I don't know. I haven't been told yet, but they put Stamps third on the depth chart when he's not. He's been starting. So I want to find out what happened there. I don't know if he got nicked, if it was discipline, what happened, why Stamps was MIA. But Woodland played great. And Woodland is going to play and be a contributor for this team. Absolutely. Had a touchdown taken off the board. The defense bowed up and got the ball right back. That was, I thought, such a critical part of the game. When you look at that sequence, how this went, because this is when it felt like the game was changing, right? So they get the ball to start third quarter. They missed the field goal, the 48-yarder. So you get the ball and you go down and you score a touchdown to tie the game. And it was big, man, because on the first play of that series, Weston Davis got flagged for holding. She had a 1st and 20. Do you remember what they did on 1st and 20? Aaron Anderson for 39 yards. Caught the ball at the middle, went straight up for 39 yards. Then they went back to Anderson for 14. And just like that, boom, boom, 2 plays, you're at their 26-yard line. And the first down is when they threw it to Bauer Sharp down the right sideline where his toe just barely missed grazing the grass. But on a 3rd and 5, you hit Kyle Parker for 16 yards and put you down at the 5-yard line. You get a PI on Trades Green, would put the ball at the 2-yard line, and Caden Durham would score, and you tied at 10. So now you're feeling good. And then on the second play of their drive is when Mansour Delane gets the pick. So all of a sudden, tie game, pick, short field. LSU's got the ball at their 46-yard line, and it looks like you score the go-ahead touchdown with Barry and Brown and got completely robbed, and then you missed the field goal. And Ramos is hurt, and they're going bonkers. And now they get the ball at their 29-yard line. And this is where, like, the crowd's into it. You're late in the third quarter. They get the ball back with 4:32 to go in the third. And what does the defense do? 3 and out. Got the ball right back, and the offense went down and scored to take the lead. I mean, that right there, I agree. Like, that is the metal, the makeup, the moxie of a championship team. And that's it. When things are not going well, and instead of melting, you elevate your game. So, look, say after the Bauer Sharp fumble. By the way, hat tip to Bauer Sharp. As disappointing as that was with the fumble, he popped up and ran and made the play 20 yards downfield. If you go watch it again, like, he's the one that got up and ran and made the tackle. Now, there was a receiver downfield who might have been able to make the play. Blue, but like, credit Bauer Sharp for the hustle play to make the tackle. And then what does the defense do? Goes right out there, incomplete pass. They run it on 3rd and 10 for no gain, and then kick the field goal. I mean, every time you needed your defense in a quick change situation to step up and play big, they were awesome. I don't know what else to say, man. They were just absolutely awesome. As always, shout out to Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Man, I would love, if y'all would do me a solid. I'd really appreciate it. No big if you don't want to. No obligation whatsoever. I'm just going to drop the Parish review link in the chat. If you could take 30 seconds and leave Parrish a 5-star review, I'd appreciate it. Even if you haven't used our services, we do so much community service. Our Lady of the Lake Driving the Future campaign, for the Children's Hospital. We had the 5-car raffle. We had the cars at our place. Our staff went and answered the phones at the phone bank for that. We sponsored the Go Red for Women luncheon for the American Heart Association, the St. George Fair, the Our Lady of Mercy Fair, the St. Jude Fair. We try to be community oriented, so that'd be a huge help. And of course, if you have any issues with your roof, we'd love to help you out. Also, you've heard me talk about fortified roofing in the past. Now, this is for the coastal zones, but in the coastal zones and in parts of Southwest Louisiana, they're opening up on September 2nd, Tuesday, the next round of for grants for fortified roofs. It's a $10,000 grant to fortify your roof. And it's a lottery system, but you can go to the state's website, the LDI, Louisiana Department of Insurance website to enter for the lottery. And when you do, you can pick your contractor among the certified fortified roofing companies, and Parrish is one of them. So we'd love it if you put Parrish down. If you're gonna apply for the grant, we'd love it if you put Parrish as your preferred contractor as well. So thank you for that. All right. Let me see if I can maybe I'm gonna go to the bottom and come back up a little bit here as well. Barry, good morning. Green and Sharp is going to be exciting, no doubt, man. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but Donovan Green played a lot as well. And you saw him a bunch in the goal line situations. Donovan Green wears 88. So I think on Durham's touchdown, Donovan Green was in the game. So they'll go actually 3 tight end looks when they want another big body in there. So Donovan Green played, and that was cool to see. Did you see Clemson player actually kicked Ramos on his leg? Could have been a penalty. I did not see that. Tell me when that was, and I'll go back and check it out on the film. Did UCLA lose? Last I saw, Utah was doing work on UCLA with Nico. It was the final 23-10 was the final. Utah beat UCLA. George Ray, Seth, media was spot on about the defense being really good. Seth, it's one of the things that whenever you go, I know I've said this often, but for those who listen a bunch, when you go to practice and one side of the ball is really good, it begs the question, well, should we be excited about this side of the ball being good or worried about the other side of the ball losing, right? And so I think that was a big part of this conversation all throughout fall camp with the defense, especially early when they were overwhelming the offensive line. Well, now you see. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed as well, but in the second half, one of the things they definitely, the LSU definitely did is they used Sharp and Green as an H-back blocker on the left side to give Tyree Adams help. Adams got hurt on that last possession of the first half. Interesting that Chester went in for him. He came right back in the game, but for almost the entire duration of the game, they were chipping on the left side to give Adams help, which is one of the reasons when people said, are you concerned about, the tackles? Honestly, no, because I think Adams and Davis are good players, but I know they're also, because this is what they did in the bowl game. I'll tell you, I talked to Joe Sloan about it. It's it was the first time those guys were starting. Now, Miles Frazier started at right tackle in the bowl game, but Tyree started at left. And so they're like, we can give help. I mean, you put a tight end over there, you leave a back end to chip. Or there's ways you can give help on the edges. And Nuss is such a good presence of mind. You saw the stat that they put on the, if you're watching the broadcast, the stat on the broadcast, that his sack to pressure rate was one of the best in the country. It was the 9th best in the FBS. So he's got a very good pocket presence and knows how to avoid taking a sack and when to get rid of the ball and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not so much worried about that. It's more up the middle with a new center. But Braylon, by the way, Braylon Moore and Josh Thompson were awesome. I haven't looked at the PFF grades, but did you see any pressure in Nuss's face all night long? I thought Braylon Moore and Josh Thompson were awesome in this football game. We noticed Weston Davis for the holding. We noticed when Tyree went out with the injury. They flagged Paul, not flagged. They highlighted Paul Mabenga at the goal line, which blew up the play at the goal line. Herbstreit talked about that. Moore and Thompson. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at film, which I'm not going to go like look at the all 22, watching every play of the center and the right guard. But I thought those two dudes were awesome. I mean, those are your two veteran dudes you brought in for the interior of your line. I thought they were awesome in that game. Texas today to be one of the Texas Tiger biggest days of hate watching college football. Texas Arch, Bama, Clemson, Nico blowing it. Appreciate y'all, man, very much. Thank you. Wasted time at the end of the half. Let's see. Perkins reminded fan he is him. Hey, man, you can only say that so much until people have to see it for themselves. And I said it all throughout fall camp, but now you see it. Like, Perkins was never bad. He was never reading his press clippings or any of that stuff that some people assumed. He was out of position. Like, and I get it. Like, as a freshman, remember, you still had BJ Ojolari, so they had to get creative. Go this way. So you had to get creative in his freshman season, how to use him, because you weren't taking BJ Ojolari off the field. So sometimes Perkins was standing up on the edge. He was out. It was just a weird hybrid role that he played as a freshman. Go this way. And then he wanted to play off the ball. Like, to show the NFL he could be an every down linebacker. And so they gave him the opportunity, and it didn't work. That's not his role, man. And so they ultimately moved him more to a nickel Sam spot, and his production was really good in 2023. It's just the defense as a whole was atrocious. So it got overshadowed, the fact that he had double-digit TFLs and 5 sacks and 70 tackles and all that stuff. Go this way. And then last year he got hurt. Go this way. But now in this role, like, he's playing the spot on the field that best suits him. Like, he was everywhere last night. I mean, when Klubnik started the run, they used Perkins as a spy. When Klubnik was dropping back, they blitzed him. There were times he was in coverage. There was times he had good run fits. I mean, he was awesome. Perkins was awesome last night. Go this way. Rick, if you had to get picky, I'd say burning timeouts too early is still an issue. Absolutely. Like, winning mass deficiencies, right? Because you don't want to talk about the flaws whenever they happen. And I understand and respect that. But like, you burn 2 timeouts in the first quarter, which cost you at the end. Like, think about all the conversation we're having about that end of the first half scenario. This, like, how nice would it have been if you had another timeout? You could have been go this way. You could have been maybe made a different play call. Baby. Last time, okay? Last time. Go this way. Devin, I bet Burrell could bang a 65-yarder. Yeah, he could. I don't know why you're doing laughing face emojis. I mean, we've seen him. We saw him in camp hit from 55 where it hit the top of the net. I mean, would have easily been good from 65. He's got the leg to do it for sure. Brambo eating crow and grits this morning. I'm there with you, man. Like, the game went about like I thought it would. I mean, I was screaming from the mountaintops all offseason. This is an under play. Take the under, take the under, take the under. I mean, I initially called it 24-20, then I amended it to 27-24. But still, thought it was an underplay, a one-possession game. I thought the defenses would really control the game. They did. I gave the edge to Clemson at home. Told you if the game was in Baton Rouge, I would have picked LSU or a neutral site. Told you if this was in week 3, I would have picked LSU. But hat tip to LSU for going on the road in a tough environment, finding themselves down, facing adversity they created with penalties and turnovers early, and overcoming it, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. Brian Burgess, LSU D and club made club uncomfortable all night. I completely agree with that. I mean, really from the first play. I mean, Patrick Payton on the first play of the game, deflecting the ball at the line of scrimmage. Aside from the sacks, there were 5 quarterback hurries in the game. Here you go. 2 sacks, 4 TFLs, 6 passes defended, the interception, and 5 quarterback hurries. I mean, they made it very difficult on him all night long. Pete, love the transfers. Woodland, Anderson, McKinley played their butt off too. I like this team. Remember, Aaron Anderson is a transfer also. Now he's here for his 3rd year, but he started his career at Alabama, so he is a transfer too. But yes, I thought Don McKinley played really well. How about in the 4th quarter, man? After the punt that pinned Clemson deep. Oh no, it was all. That was the play where PJ Woodland almost downed the ball at the 3. So LSU's up 17-10. They punt. Clemson gets the ball with 4 to LSU chewed about 4.5 minutes of the clock. They punt. Woodland darn near downs the ball at the 3-yard line. Goes into the end zone. Clemson starts at their own 20 with 4:26 on the first play. Here comes the pressure. And Klubnik did put the ball in harm's way a lot. And he throws it right at Jamari Butler, 12, on the left end, who it hits him in the hands. He bats it up, can't get it. And then it hit Dominic McKinley in the hands. Like, both those guys had opportunities at interception right there, which if Jamari Butler catches the interception, he walks into the end zone. Like, there's no one there. It's Klubnik who's getting mugged, and that Butler would just walk 10 yards into the end zone. And that would have been that would have been incredible to see that. But had some drama, still worked out. Good as we. James Smart, what's up with this team's clock management? I don't know what you mean. Like, I'm going to go, like, the blown timeouts, I'm with you 100%. If it's the end of the first half scenario, I just disagree with everyone who's complaining about that. Like, what they did, how they executed that was fine. It was fine. Goodest way. I just don't like the decision to go for it. But again, there's 15 seconds left. It's 4th down and 2. You call your last timeout. Okay, so you're coming out of the timeout. You'll have a full play clock to go to the line, look at their defense, and adjust. So in that timeout, you've made the call. So Nuss knows also what adjustments he can make based on the defense. And then you've also made the next call in the event that you convert. And if you convert, the clock stops for a 1st down. Or because you threw it to the sideline, Chris Hilton gets out of bounds, and that stops the clock. And you've already had the next, because in that timeout, you've called the next play as well. So if in the event that Hilton converts but stays in bounds, clock stops to move the chains, you're up to the line of scrimmage, and you know the next play call. And there would have been there was 10 seconds. It was 9 seconds left when Clemson recovered the fumble. So it's safe to assume there would have been at least 9, maybe 10 seconds, 11, if he got in the 1st down and got out of bounds or stopped the clock. But let's call it 9 seconds. 9 seconds is plenty of time to get up to the line of scrimmage, throw a pass into the end zone, and it's either a touchdown or an incomplete pass. And you letting us know that you cannot hang on to it. You have got to just throw the ball, and it's either going to be caught or it's going to be an incomplete pass. Those are the only options here. And if it's caught, it's a touchdown. If it's a complete pass, clock stops. And then you're on the field goal unit out there, and you kick field goal at the end of the half. Like, I don't know why people are upset about that sequence. I understand completely what they were doing. It didn't work. Hilton was short and fumbled. So, but my problem was the decision to go for it at all. Like, take the points. Take the points right there at the end of the half. Go this way. Go this way. Cliff, how many 3 and outs? Let's see. 1, 2.
They'll say it.
3.
They'll say it. Good this way.
4. So 4 3 and outs and the interception from
They'll say it.
go this way. So 4 3-and-outs, and then the interception from Mansour Delane was on the second play of that possession. But on first down, they got a 10-yard reception, so they did convert a first down. So they went 10-yard reception, interception. So there were 4 3-and-outs, and then the interception was a 2-play drive. So however you want to, kind of qualify that. Daddy will say what, baby?
Good.
Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. Last time, okay? Last time, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good is sweet. Can I have a hug? I love you. Mwah. I love you so much. Okay. Brett, is Ramos okay? Yes. He went back in and kicked the PAT for the last touchdown. I think they said on the broadcast it was just a cramp. So it was definitely concerning to see it happen the way it did. But yes. Middle of the field was open like Waffle House all night. Just incredible. LSU's coming. But that's what can happen when you've got Berrien Brown and Chris Hilton on the outside. And you've got to respect their speed, which teams didn't have to do a year ago because LSU didn't have the game breaker over the top. Now you got 2 of them. And we didn't even really see Nick Anderson last night. He played. I saw Nick Anderson in the game on the goal line situation, but let's see. Let's see. George is coming back down here. Did he kick his leg? I didn't see that either. Again, I think Ramos is fine. Rick, Bama's burning. LSU's on fire. Great potato via Tiger. Brian, good morning. Prayers. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate that, man. Have a great day. Mayo, good morning, Matt. How is our defensive depth for possible injuries down the road? Great. I mean, that's one of the things we've talked about all camp is how impressive the depth has been. At tackle, we saw McKinley and Gooden started. Jacoby and Guillory, Ahmad Bro rotated in. At end, you saw Peyton and Pyburn start, and you saw Relaford and Butler play as well. We talked plenty about defensive back. Hat tip to Jordan Gilbert, an experienced player who held it down in the first half. Was where he needed to be. But y'all could see when AJ Halsey went in immediately how he impacts the game for that safety spot. LSU wins, Bama lost to a cupcake, perfect Saturday. I don't know if Florida State's a cupcake, man. Like, they feel like they got a little bit of a different vibe. Tommy Castellanos, he balled out, man. He talked his stuff and he backed it up, man. Hat tip to that guy. If you have a video that sent it to me, I didn't see it. Nico did not look good at all. I didn't watch a minute of UCLA, Utah. Brad Lynn, Matt, with the offense looking the way it did in that environment with 4 new starters, what does that say about Brad Davis' importance for the program? Well, I mean, I don't know that game said it. Look at his track record's proven. Look at the development of the guys. You had 4 offensive linemen drafted last year on this most recent draft. Brad Davis is great. I mean, I don't even think that's a debatable thing at this point. I think everybody who knows understands the importance of Brad Davis. Hey, Michael, even if LSU converts on 4th down at the end of the half, which is the point with no timeouts, they spike the ball, kick field. Again, like maybe you heard my explanation there. You don't spike the ball. You have time for a play. You run a pass into the end zone. Like does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. The point I'm making I went through that whole sequence there at the end of the half. Like, you're not spiking the ball. Like, you're getting up to the line and throwing a pass into the end zone. Like, in that situation, coming out of the timeout, you've called your next play already. It's one of the benefits of having a veteran quarterback who knows what he's doing. So you run that play, you get the first down, the clock stops. There's 10 seconds left. Or because you're on the sideline, Hilton gets out of bounds. Even if he's in bounds, you got 10 seconds. That's plenty of time to snap the ball on the ready for play whistle and throw a pass into the end zone. And it's touchdown or incomplete. And then if it's touchdown, great. If it's incomplete, you kick the field goal. Yeah, David said, yep, we're not at Don Juan this year. So T-Bob moved to Chicago. So, so T-Bob took a job at Barstool. So he moved to Chicago. He's not here anymore. So whiskey and wine, I'm going to do it from my house. Maybe we'll move at some point. I don't know. There may be a game when I go to a game and I do it walking outside the stadium. But the reason I moved it to my personal channel was to give me that flexibility. So if I want to have guest hosts, I will. If someone else comes on at some point, we will. If I want to invite someone on the stream, like to come hang out with me or hang out on the stream in a split screen, we'll do that. It'll be different. It just moves away from the rigidity of being structured, having to be at Don Juan for those times and all. And I'm going to miss Don Juan, man. T-Bob tweeted about it last night too. And we've had great times there. And I'll miss that, but it's also all good things come to an end, man. And T-Bob leaving was kind of the point. Sorry, it's time to do something different. Hey, Daryl, Barry carried the ball once. Is this because he needs work blocking blitzes? Don't understand RB Jackson not being a better player. Offensive line, I think, did well. Well, first of all, I think you very clearly have a true number one. You have a true legit number one in Caden Durham. Barry's just young. Like, I think this week with Tech will be an opportunity to get Harlan Barry much more involved. And you might see that role go. Remember, you didn't really see Caden Durham last year until South Carolina. And then South Alabama is kind of where he broke out again. But anyway, like, he'll be fine. But you're sleeping on, for those of you who are sleeping on Juwan Johnson, you shouldn't. I mean, I told you all that you don't give as much opportunity to a guy in camp the way LSU did Juwan Johnson if you didn't plan to use him. And it wasn't just like a funny gadget guy on the goal line. Like, no, he's going to play. He's going to play a lot. He's going to get touches. He had 3 rushes and 5 receptions yesterday. I mean, he's going to play. Carlos, Matt, thank you so much for the show. Hindsight always 2020. It's irrelevant now. Do you think Bauer's sharp pass was catching a fumble? I didn't see a catch and a football move. Haven't heard much about the play. I thought it was a huge call to moment. I thought initially, real time, it was incomplete, but he very clearly caught it, tucked it, and turned, which that is a football move. And then his knee shin was that far off the ground. So yes, I think it was a good call. It was a catch and a fumble. It was close. I mean, close. But yes, I do think they got that one right. The Barry and Brown call was atrocious. I mean, that was catch. It was possession, foot down, takes a step, hits the pylon. At that point, it's touchdown. Like, it's a touchdown. Foot, step, like possession, step, pylon. It's a touchdown. It's over at that point. That's like Caden Durham, when he scored his touchdown, the ball came out after he crossed the pylon. Doesn't matter. He'd already scored. Same with the Barry and Brown play. That was atrocious. The Barry and Brown play was as indescribably bad a call as I've seen since Nola no call. That was just hideous. High praise. Josh Allen's a better runner, but yeah. Victory Sunday. Hey, Rick, good morning. Only pressure came over left guard. Good awareness in the pocket. Please smash the like button if you would, y'all. 7:58 watching live this morning. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Covered anything about the kicker? I'm wondering if you're wondering about the injury. Like, it was just a cramp for Ramos. He went back in and kicked the PAT on the final PAT after Trey has his touchdown. So he's good. Untank for Arch. When was the last time Alabama lost season opener? 2001. 2001 was the last time Alabama lost their season opener. I need a white horse, y'all. Somebody's got to help me out. Offensive line will get better. I told you Matt Texas was not winning in the shoe. I picked Ohio State. What do you mean you told me? Like I picked Ohio State to win the game. Our whole staff picked Ohio State to win the game. QBs won't be running on us this year with Perk at star. Agree. Love the game plan for Perk. Still couldn't do anything with him. He's special. It's so good to see him healthy and running around in his natural position, man. They're going to turn him loose. It's going to be a fun year for Perk. I thought Pyburn was awesome last night. Even the play where Witt got the TFL, it was Pyburn that forced it to the outside. I thought Pyburn was really good. He just affects so much because he's so strong. He moves bodies and makes you count for him. Rob, good morning. Devin, Saints need to officially start dumpster fire for Nussmeier. Let's see. LSU Taysom Hill. Brian, O-line played average, which is all they needed to do. Hang on one second, y'all. PFF grades are posted. Let me see what PFF said. Hang on one second. Offense. All right, here you go. Highest graded player, Aaron Anderson. Second highest, Garrett Nussmeier. Third highest, Braylon Moore. Braylon Moore got an 85 on his pass block grade, a 67 on his run block grade for an overall grade of 73.9. Third, so Aaron Anderson, Garrett Nussmeier, Braylon Moore. Caden Durham, Tradez Green, Xavion. Tyree was at a 63.7. Josh Thompson was at a 59.5. His pass block grade was an 84. Run block grade was a 53. So, like, doesn't that sort of tell you the story? Paul Mabenga's pass block grade was an 81. Doesn't that go to show you, like, on the interior, Braylon Moore's pass block grade was an 85. Thompson was an 84. Mabenga was an 81. Your pass protection on the interior was awesome. Like, Nuss didn't get pressure in his face. Like, that makes me so happy to see that. Because that was my big question. Like, Peter Woods, I don't know. Did Peter Woods make a play in that game last night? Peter Woods had, oh, never mind. He had 5 tackles. Okay. TJ Parker had 3 with 1 pass defensed. Neither had a sack. Woods had a half a TFL. Parker didn't have any. Will Helt had the big one, had the sack. That's the Purdue transfer. By the way, the Purdue transfer that LSU wanted, Will Helt, that everybody wanted. All right, y'all, 10:55. I'm going to have to bounce because I need to get to church. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel. As always, shout out to Brock. Remember, free Friday night clinic is open. Football Fridays. Any high school football player, athlete, coach, band member, you're injured on a Friday night, you can see a doctor at Brock for free. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, and Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Unique Physique, that's the GLP-1s, right? Semaglutide, tirzepatide, lowest prices, never any contracts. Doesn't matter where you live. You can do the whole thing over telemed, and they can ship your medicine anywhere in the country. So please remember Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, and Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Book a session with Crystal Poche. One other thing to remind you about, if you want the Nuss Bus shirt, this week through the holiday only, if you go to 929 Misfits, I'll post it. If you go to 929 Misfits and use the code NUSBUS18, you can get 18% off your order just through the holiday. So anyway, I just posted the link in the chat. Code NUSBUS18, NUSSBUS18, NUSBUS18 for 18% off. Oh, cool. They put up 1 and 0 shirts. That's cool. I need to put up a Bayou Bandits shirt. So Blake Baker's calling this defense a Bayou Bandits, kind of as a tribute to the Chinese Bandits, probably just a little more PC in 2025. But I need to put a Bayou Bandit. I'm going to get on a Bayou Bandit shirt today. All right. Thanks so much for being here, y'all. Hope y'all have an awesome, wonderful Sunday. Excuse me. Hope you have an awesome, wonderful Sunday. I'll go I'll go offer up prayers for all of you today and for everybody traveling home from Clemson. Hope you all have a safe travel. If you are watching from Clemson, hope you all have safe travels home. And enjoy some football today, man. 2 more really good games today. Virginia Tech, South Carolina. And we'll get Notre Dame, Miami tonight. So 2 really good football games. And looking forward to that. So hope everybody has an awesome, blessed Sunday. Go Tigers. What a great way to wake up on a Sunday, man. Y'all have an awesome one. And check out Locked on LSU. My Locked on LSU is live from last night. And if you want the NSFW whiskey and wine is there as well. All right. Y'all be good.